What is up, everyone? It's your girl Alicia. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So we're in Dubai. It's 8:27, 8:30 in the morning, and I decided to walk out to like this beachfront here. I'll clip that in so you guys can see where I'm at. And just chilling. I decided to wake up pretty early today so I can just sit by the water, kind of clear my mind and soak in everything that I've seen for the past 5 days. I've never been on the other side of the world, so I wake up every single day with just so much gratitude, so much perseverance, so much grit to get the day started. The first 3 days I had a bit of jet lag, and jet lag was no joke, I kid you not. So I feel like I'm kind of in a balance now. I am fasting, so this is a surprise for me to be up this early and have this amount of energy and willing to come outside and go for a little walk and just sit and breathe. In Canada, when I'm fasting for Ramadan, it's a little bit slower for me. I tend to wake up way later at 11 a.m., 12 p.m. just because the night is a little bit longer. Though I try to strive to go to bed a little bit earlier, I do wake up in the middle of the night to have one last meal and then pray. So that's usually around 5, 6, depending on what time Sharjah is. And then after that, I will try to stay up, but it's a little bit harder because everything in me just wants to go back to bed. So I end up just giving in and doing that. So that's a little bit of a snippet of how my morning goes and how I kind of see the difference between being here in Dubai and being in Canada. Let's just take a moment for a bit. I'm gonna show you the water, and I'm gonna start journaling, and we'll get into our little chat soon. For this finest morning. There you go. All right, what is up, you guys? I'm just about to fix myself, situate myself. Okay, it's taken me a while to get back to filming today because I was a bit sad. So this morning, you guys did see, because we are. Anyways, so this morning, I was outside, as you guys saw. I was journaling. It was about 8 o'clock in the morning, and we essentially, or I, because it was just me by myself, I decided that I wanted to film by the water, and of course, just capturing everything. And silly me thought that putting my camera, it was the Sony, I thought that it was going to be great to put it on the sand and film myself walking to the water to put my feet in it. And then all of a sudden I heard a bomb and my camera fell face forward into the sand. So the lens to the Sony is finito. It is done. So thankfully, thank goodness, okay, somebody's watching over me. I had gifted this Canon camera here that we're using to Musée before he left. So he had this camera with the lens. The lens here on this camera didn't fit the Sony. So when I get back to Canada, I will have to buy a new lens. But anywho, it took me some time to kind of conjure up some courage to start filming today just because I felt like I was in a little bit of a slump. But now I'm here, just gonna fix whatever that needs to be fixed. And yeah, hopefully you guys can hear me properly. Um, yeah, so let's get into it. So I'm super excited just because I keep saying that. I'm just super excited because I'm not in Canada. I've never traveled across the world before. So the idea of being in a whole new country, 12 hours away, is something that I didn't actually think was fully possible. Now, have I dreamt about this stuff for a very long time? Yes. But to actually physically do it is something of its own source. So being able to step on a plane, fly 12 hours, which is about 11,000 kilometers away from home, and just allowing myself to be free, be here, be grounded is a beautiful thing. And I'm very grateful. I'm just happy. Like, I keep getting the question of how is it there? Paint me a picture. And just like asking how I've been feeling thus far. I'm only 5 days in. It's only day 5. So day 5 being here is remarkable. Sorry, I heard voices. Day 5 being here is remarkable, and just very, again, grateful. So the first few days coming here, we kind of like jam packed everything in. So if you watched the last video, we went to the market. Silly me, totally forgot that I was fasting, because you know that excitement that you get, you're just excited to be somewhere. I love food markets. I love going to markets and seeing the fresh produce and the meats and all these different things that I just want to try. So one thing that I've noticed is that they really love their honey here. And when we went to the market, there was just like an abundance of these big bowls of honey. And I was just like, oh, can I try one of them? So me thinking, like, I woke up that morning knowing that I was fasting, because I didn't fast for the first 2 days. So I didn't fast the Wednesday because I was flying. And then Thursday and the Friday, so I guess 3 days, I didn't fast because just jet lag. My body's just trying to come back to self. So the Saturday, I was like, okay, we're in the zone. We're going to fast. I now have 9 days to make up for Ramadan, which is absolutely insane. But within that, I was just like, yeah, can I try the mint honey? And once I put that mint honey in my mouth, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like, it was so powerful. The mint is so straightforward. I felt it like working in my throat. My focus started to come like way along. And then I started to feel something in my stomach. And I was just like, why does my stomach feel like this? Now, if you're a person that understands your body and very in tune with your body, you know when you're fasting, or you're waking up to break your fast, you want to start with something very light or something to get the digestive system going. And when you have something that gets the digestive system going, you start feeling it work. So the mint honey is really great for the digestive system and helping with healing the inflammation, but also activating it, getting it ready for anything else that's going to come back, that's going to come into the body. So I'm feeling this and I'm like, what's happening? And then I said, I I had put something into my mouth and I forgot that I was fasting. So my body was like conjuring up, like ready to eat something right afterwards. So either way, we ended up having to break the fast because when we went to the Dubai Safari Park, it was 32 degrees out. And I know there are people that that fast and they fast all through these hot weathers and they hike through these hot like weathers as well, and they don't complain. We had to break our fast. It was really bad. Like my mouth was very dry, all of it. And it was just one of those things, like I wasn't mentally prepared. So I'm going to be making up that day for Ramadan. I have 9 days to make up because when you're on your cycle, you can't fast as well. So that's 5 days there, and then the 4 days actually from the traveling. So I'm now sitting in fasting. We're getting close to breaking our fast. We break fast around like 6:28, 6:29 today. So that's good. But today I'm kind of like, I'm hungry, but I've been up since 7 o'clock in the morning. Anywho, coming into the questions of how is Dubai? How do I feel being here? I'm going to be here for a month. So 5 days in, I feel fantastic. And I'm literally just like, I'm in awe with everything that I'm seeing. I feel like I'm in year 3000 because everything feels so futuristic, but also knowing that I'm ahead of everybody. So when I call like my parents and my siblings, I'm 8 hours ahead of them. So I'm having a full day before they even like put their head on their pillow, which is like insane. So yeah, just like seeing everything here. The buildings are so tall. The air is just like, I feel like I can breathe. My body feels very calm here. The food I can eat, which I packed a whole bunch of supplements because prior to coming here, I've been having a lot of like digestive issues, feeling very inflamed. Nothing was breaking down, and it's just been a complete opposite. So I traveled with all these supplements and I'm barely using it because the food here I'm able to actually eat and it's breaking down better than what I'm able to do when I'm in Canada. Now, I've always heard this where people go to Europe and they're eating and everything is not like when they're in Europe, like everything is easier for them to eat and they don't feel bloated, they don't feel gassy, none of that. That is what's happening to me while I'm here in Dubai. But I did still bring certain things for me that, like, when and if I feel inflamed, I can have that with my foods. So I'm going to break down some of the stuff that I brought with me. So I have the IBEs. The IBEs is for irritable bowel syndrome. So I do have IBS, and that's something that I've been working through for a while now, and just now trying to get the exact results of what's actually happening to me. But with the IBEs, this is Omega Alpha, that's the brand. It's vegan capsules. So this one has a lot of herbs in it and enzymes to help break down the food and help with inflammation. But the main ingredient in this one is ginger. I also brought from CanPrev the gut repair, so bovine colostrum and calendula flour. So I like using calendula my in my bone broth, but I've never had it in supplements. So I'm using the gut repair again, which helps with improving the gut microbiome, but also helps with inflammation. There's a pattern here. I'm using things to help with inflammation that's happening in the gut so it can break down and move things along. So the gut repair from CanPrev, I really, really like. Also, when it comes to bovine colostrum is something that I know that I need because I was not breastfed as a kid. So all of the colostrum, or all those nutrients, the natural nutrients from my mother's milk, I never actually got. So the bovine colostrum is actually helping really well for my gut and my immune system to help move things along. I also brought from CanPrev, shout out to CanPrev because I did get a package from them. I got like about 7 supplements because I was doing a content creation for them as well. Which comes out, I believe, next month. So that was really fun to do. But they sent me a few of their products that that I'm getting to try. Some of them I've had before. I did get to choose the one that I wanted. So I picked up some of them that I've never had. So the gut repair is one of them that I've never had before, and I'm loving it. And this is probably going to be in my staple and something that I put in for my clients if they need for gut health. And then I got the fiber feel. So this is the low FODMAP. This one is great because sometimes I'm not getting enough fiber, but with it being the prebiotic fiber, it breaks down really quickly and it doesn't back things up. So I know, for example, like for say psyllium husk can have like a really bad reaction with someone with IBS. I've had really bad reactions where it's causing me to stay bloated and very gassy. So the fiber fuel, this one is really great. Just put it in water or you put it in your smoothies and you're good to go. Last but not least, this is the one that I love traveling with, especially when going to like restaurants, the Canadian bitters. So this one you're just going to put in a little bit of water, drink it on empty stomach 15 to 20 minutes before you eat, and it will help you break down your foods if you're not getting enough digestive support from the enzymes that your body should naturally produce. But this one, when traveling, is such a great one. Even when you're in your hometown, this helps me a lot in Canada because a lot of the foods is really hard for me to break down just depending on the ingredients that you're using. Here, they're very diligent with the ingredients that a lot of the places use in terms of like the foods that they sell. So I can see the difference in the foods and how my body's reacting to it, which I'm very happy about. So yeah, traveling with supplements is always great. I always anywhere that I go, to be honest, doesn't have to be a full flight. It could just be like a few hours away while I'm in Canada too. That I'm always bringing some supplements with me to help me break down some food. So these four are my top four right now, and I'm very happy that I have them. I haven't been using them diligently or like every single day, but also because I'm fasting. So when you're fasting, there's not a lot of time to be having supplements like every meal every 3-4 hours, just because I'm eating at least one or two meals. Well, really one big meal and maybe a small little snack, and then I wake up in the morning if I choose to have that last meal before I start fasting again. So when I'm fasting, I'm not fully focused on all the supplements to be taking, but I will take one or two just in case, depending on what we're having for the night, if we're going out to eat or if we're cooking at home. So yeah, so that is my travel supplement package. So if anyone, I'll put that in the description too, just breaking down what they all are. So if you're looking for any supplements when you're traveling, these are some options that you can look into as well. So let's get back into our little chat. So today is Tuesday. We're hitting, it's 5:48. In terms of doing work now, I am still working while I'm here, which is something that I'm happy that I decided to do because I'm able to gauge what my living situation will be like when I do fully come over. So being able to say like my timing for my work and for client check-ins are now moved to the evening. So I can actually have a full day from the morning to midday of like doing what I need to do, whether that is running errands or going places that I need to be and getting content and stuff like that done, and then coming back and having the rest of the evening for my work. So yesterday was the first day testing it out. It was a little bit different because like the timing was a little bit stretched. Some clients did cancel, so I had a lot more time in between. But then I do have another day open for client check-ins throughout the week. So I usually have like 2 days for client check-ins. So I'll do a Monday and then I'll do like a Friday. But this week is a Monday, Thursday. Next week, I believe it's a Tuesday, Thursday, just because Ramadan is slowly coming to an end, and I want to make sure that Eid is great and I'm like just present for Eid. And then coming into the work week, it just changes, which is I'm totally fine with. And then I'm also I'm working around my client schedule. So when a client books, it's me situating my day around what time my client call is, because they are my main priority. And then on the days that I'm not having those client check-ins, I'm doing all the background work that I want to do, like filming, creating content, and creating and working on anything that I need for clients in the background, or any like other projects that I'm doing. So it's still keeping it the same the way that I have it in Canada, but here's the slight difference. It's swapping, it's flipping things around. So in Canada, I was doing a lot of my calls in the morning, and then I would be finished around the evening time. And now I'm doing calls strictly in the evening, but it works in my favor because of the fact that if I'm working, say, for example, 3 p.m. I start and 9 p.m. I finish, in EST time, for anyone that's in Canada or anyone that's in the States that I work with, their time is usually going to be around like a 7 a.m., 6 a.m. start time, and I finish around 12, 1 p.m. their time. Now, any clients that I have in Europe is a little bit different. I'm not too sure of the time difference, but I know, for example, last night I had a call at 9 o'clock, and my client that was in Europe, her time was 5 p.m. So I find that it's working a lot more in my favor being here, because I'm having earlier call times for them, whoever's in North America, and then anyone that's in Europe, it's around like their evening time, but not too late, where it's like before they go to bed. So I'm feeling like here is like a really great space to be. Now, in terms of thinking a little bit further of where I want to be and how I want to situate myself here in Dubai, I'm still working on it. I'm still brainstorming and trying to figure it out. But one thing I don't want to do is overthink the process, because I know when I overthink the process, that's when I start to panic and I start to feel anxious and I feel like I'm stuck. I'm here, first and foremost, I'm here on vacation. And being here on vacation means that I can take some time to take a step back and kind of just breathe and not have to feel like I need to work every second of my day. It's time for me to actually just breathe and allow ideas to come to me naturally. And I had to have that talk with myself today, where after my camera breaking and not feeling my utmost self, I also realized that that's okay to just like, it's okay for me to just sit back right now. I'm here for a month. I have a whole bunch of time to kind of situate myself and kind of see where it is, where I want to be and where I want to take my business, and kind of just reset. I like this feeling of resetting. It doesn't mean that I have to be on top of everything every single second of the day. And also knowing that I'm ahead of a lot of people in terms of time wise, I can kind of just sit back just a little bit, because a lot of work is going to start happening around the evening time, because that's when the timing of like who my clientele is waking up. But now there's this mind shift that I have to have, where I'm like, how do I build clientele in a whole new country that I've never been in? I've only been here for 5 days. So that's something that I'm going to be working on and brainstorming and kind of figuring it out. But there's something about being here that gives you this drive, that gives you this groundness, that gives you this space of peace. That I don't really get when I'm in Canada. Canada is a very like hustle bustle. Even North America, I feel like it's just very hustle bustle. You have to just be like this at all times. And as much as I've come into this world of, or come into this new space of slow living, here I can really feel myself in this slow living and still getting what it is that I want done, but being a lot more authentic within myself and a lot more, just a lot more authentic within myself with everything that I'm doing. One other thing that I'm loving about being here is hearing the Adhan here, which is like over the speaker of the mosque. It literally tells you when it's time to pray. And that's something that I feel like I was struggling with in Canada, though My phone will set alarm for me to tell me when it's time to pray, hearing it over the speaker. And also there's a mosque literally right across from the apartment here. And it's just beautiful just to see like how everybody is so in tuned with their religion as best as possible, because it's literally like right in our faces. So just it gives me a grounding feeling. It makes me feel a lot more closer to God and a lot more closer to my faith. And just knowing that like I am protected, angels are surrounding me, God is keeping me on the straight path, and just kind of trying to figure it all out, and knowing that I don't need to have it all figured out today, but it just taking my time. So Dubai looks good on me. Dubai looks good on me. I'm loving it here. It is a little bit nippy, a little bit chilly, so I have my boyfriend's sweater on. But I'm very happy to be here. I'm very grateful to be here, and I hope that anyone that's watching this video, if you have a place on your mind that you want to go and you want to see how it is, how the living situation is, and what you can do there, if you have the opportunity, seize it and just go. And even if the opportunity is not there, just go, figure it out. Like I said in our last chat, do it broke, do it alone, do it with people, do it scared, do it happy, do it angry, just do it, because you'll never know. And taking this chance here, I don't know what the next 22 days it has in store for me, but I know that the feeling that I had flying here, this calmness, this feeling of I'm okay, I'm going to be okay, it hasn't left me. So if you are in a position where you're looking for change and you're feeling like you need a space to reset, and you are able to take a month, you're able to take 2 weeks, or however long, just do it. I don't know what's going to come out of this, but I know that the feeling that I have here is a feeling that I want to stay. So that's our chat for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. I'm your girl, Alicia. I'm hoping that I could get my other camera fixed once I get back to Canada. But for now, we have a camera that works, and I'm happy about it. If you haven't already, send this to a friend if this resonates with them, if they're looking for some answers with supplements, or just flying, or just being in a new space that they've never been in. Hopefully this conversation helped. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our blog, Your Wellness Club. A lot of things are coming out, and I'm excited for you to be here. And I'm excited to just step into our authenticity, step into who you're supposed to be, and just become what we want to see. Hope you guys have a great day. Later.